going to start at the step where you have sewn this center crotch seam from circle to circle with a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Then you open it up and you press this side, the left side up from the seam allowance location up, and you press this really good right here. And then you'll also press this in, the right side, and that just gets pressed a little bit, so about 1/4 of an inch pressed over there. So basically it's going to look like it comes and this piece overlaps this piece, which is on the underside. Your remaining zipper or fly extension piece, and you're going to put your zipper on top of it, and you're going to line up the edge of this zipper with the edge of this fly extension piece. You're going to also put the bottom stop of the zipper right at the bottom curve line of this fly extension piece. Then you pin it on this side to keep it in place, and then you're going to sew along this line. Okay, so just sew down along this edge. Okay, so now you've got this piece sewn, the zipper sewn to this extension, and take your front 2 pieces and lay them out. This is the right front, and underneath the right front you're going to pull this piece back, and then this has been pressed forward or pressed under. You're going to just lay that up there right against the zipper feet right there, or the zipper. And you're going to put the zipper stop right at the location at that large circle where you started sewing. And now you're going to pin that into place as well. And then you're going to sew again right along this edge, very close to the edge, and also close to the zipper feet, right along here. So just make sure you sew very close. You'll need to make sure you use the zipper foot so you can get real close up there. Right, so just sew your zipper straight down. Keep it lined up. When you get to this end, just back tack it a little bit. Sewn this seam or this stitch right here, and that's into place. Now take your left front and just lay it out and kind of smooth it out and lay it up there like you want it to lay when this is all said and done. So make sure it's kind of smooth and flat. And I take a couple of pins. This is just to keep it in place, and I pin it on the right side of the zipper. So you see the right front, so you pin it over here on this side. And this is just going to keep this smooth while we do some work on the underside. So then you can take your piece, so this has been pinned, take your piece and you're going to flip it over like this. So now you see the right facing, the left facing, and their zipper, and your zipper is facing down at this point. That's the right side, or the top side of the zipper, and this is then down the bottom of the zipper. So if your zipper is down, now you take, and we're going to sew this side of the zipper, which hasn't been sewn to anything yet, to the left facing. So now take and put some pins in that location, and you're going to sew from the top of the zipper down to here on the left side. So here we are. We're just going to stitch down this side of the zipper, and this is the side that hasn't been sewn yet. Just kind of keep it straight and even, and just go straight down. Back tack and clip your threads. Sewn the zipper to the left facing from here to here. Now we're going to take and open the piece back up and look at the right side and make sure everything's kind of smoothed out. Now I'm going to take a ruler and mark off at about 1 inch from this edge. So we could take these pins out at this time. and actually we're going to reuse those. So I'm going to take this edge right here that we've pressed, and I'm going to mark off 1 inch and put a pin, and come down, mark about 1 inch, and put a pin. This is just going to be where I'm going to sew the curve that keeps this left facing down, and it's the one you see on the front of jeans and so forth. And I'm also going to, just for my benefit, I'm going to feel for where that zipper stop is, and I'm going to mark that, because that's where I want to come around and curve around. But I don't want to do that just yet, but I'm going to mark that right there. So now I'm just going to come and sew from here down and curve around. And one little tip, and one thing that I've done, is I've taken a piece of cardboard or cardstock and drawn and then cut out a template kind of thing that I would set next to this. And then when I sew, I sewed right down that template or right down the side of that cardstock, and that helps me keep a straight line. So that's something you can do if you want. But you're just going to sew now your top stitch, and you're going to sew it down and around. And like I said, feel for that little zipper stop, because you don't want to sew directly on it, it'll break your needle. So you want to sew just barely underneath that zipper stop as you come around. One more thing on this, before you sew this curved piece here, make sure that this right zipper or facing extension is pinned out of the way. So I usually just take a pin and make sure that that's out of the way, because you don't want to sew that at this point. You don't want that. So make sure that that's pinned and kind of out of the way for when you sew this curve. Right, so put it in your machine, start sewing, do a little back tack there, and then just sew a straight line down and then a gentle curve over to where we've lined it up. And I stop a little bit short, and then I can come back later and finish that out. Clip your threads. Just make sure that you haven't caught this piece in there, because the next step is to release this other fly extension, the right one. We're going to fold it over to the other side, and then we're going to grab these 2 pieces, and you only want the 2 fly extension pieces, and you're just going to sew like a really short little stitch right through here to kind of tack those 2 together so they stay together. So I just back stitch a few times and tack those together. Got this gentle curve down here, and you've got this stitch. You can come back and do a second row of stitching right next to it. You'll see that in jeans or denim shorts a lot of times, or you can leave it with just the single stitch. So we just finished stitching this curved top stitch piece right here. So this is what it should look like. Left, right, inside. You've got the fly extension face. I'm going to flip it over. It should look like this, where we've got the 2 pieces kind of tacked together down here. And that's how it should look on that side. Now at this point you can open up your zipper a little bit and just take and make sure that it looks similar to this, where you've got on the underside this extension here, and on the top side it looks like this.